All right, well, it is 7:30, so hello and welcome to Operation Remote Resilience. I'm Jennifer Dietz, and I'm a Certified Warriors at Ease teacher. I'm so pleased to be able to guide you through a restorative yoga class tonight, where we can reset and relax and re-energize. So tonight's practice is occurring in the evening for people on the East Coast, which is great. Restorative yoga is often a good way to move into sleep. But in the same way, hibernation is the period of time before the really energetic growth period of spring. Restorative yoga can be done in the morning too, as you get ready for a busy day. So wherever this practice is finding you in your day, I'm sure that it will offer you a way to just connect with being in the moment and allowing your mind, your body, your brain, all to relax and reset. So we usually use props in restorative yoga, and I've offered some examples here. Some pillows. If you're in the field, you can use your sleeping bag rolled up or shove some clothes into a bag. You can use blankets or towels. I have a stack of towels here. Figuring that almost everybody has a pillow and a towel, that's what I've chosen for tonight that I'll use. And if you have them at hand, now's a great time to get them. You might want some water, and you might want to dim your light so you can just really enjoy this practice. So without further ado, let's begin in a seated position on top of whatever props you've been able to accumulate. So in my case, we've got a pillow and a folded up towel. And when we sit up on a towel like this, it allows our hips to be a little more open. And this is the beginning of our supported postures tonight. So first, just take your seat, cross your legs. If you are more comfortable, you can certainly extend your legs in front. The idea is to be able to sit tall in your seat as we bring a little bit of movement into our spine, and then we get into our more relaxing shapes. So first, notice the way your feet and your seat are really supported by the surface below you, and feel the crown of your head reaching tall. You might want to lower your gaze or close your eyes as you really recognize the beginning of this period of time that we're going to practice together. And feel your breath coming in and out of its own accord. So the first thing we'll do is take our hands down to the side and sweep them up overhead, palms facing each other, biceps by your ears. And really reach up toward the ceiling and feel your spine long. Take a turn to your right and release your hands so that your front hand comes onto your knee and your back hand goes behind your back. And rise up and gently ease back into a twist. We're not forcing it. There's no prize for more or less. We're just inviting our back to be opened up to this twisting motion. Now, as we prepare to come back through center, bring your hands overhead and then rotate to the left, releasing your front hand to your knee, your back hand behind your hip, and rising up as you twist toward the left. As we come to face center again, let's turn our palms forward and lower them onto the knees. Draw the fronts of your shoulders toward your hips and push your back out behind you for a seated cat posture. And then you're going to bring the backs of your shoulder blades toward your hips and bring your heart open in the front for a seated cow posture. And with your own breath, move back and forth through this gentle forward and back motion inviting opening in your spine. Let's do one more and then come to stillness at the top. Again, find your steady base and reach your crown tall. Take your hands by your side again, and this time just reach your left arm up. Place your right hand beside you, and as you reach up, bend over to the right, lengthening the left side of your body all the way from your pinky finger down to your left hip, keeping your hips grounded down on the surface below you. If you take your gaze to the ceiling, you might notice a slightly different feeling than when you take your gaze to the floor. Experiment with that a little bit. And now reach long through your fingers and pull yourself up and over and switch hands, reaching to the left. Again, take your gaze to the ceiling and take your gaze to the floor. And maybe notice the difference. Bring your hand back by your seat. And now bring your knees together and join me in a tabletop position. Set your props out of the way for right now. We're going to do our first posture without props. Everything else will take props. So we'll do a tabletop position where you have your hands under your elbows, under your shoulders, your knees under your hips. First, release your left hand and open to the back, taking your gaze to the ceiling. And then let your left hand come under your right side and lower your cheek down to the mat. Lower your shoulder down to the mat and release your right arm, your right arm up ahead. If that's not a comfortable shape for you, by all means, let your forearm be on the mat. You can put your hand behind your back. Any place that allows you to be supported so that the opening you feel is across your upper back. This is threading the needle. In restorative yoga, we tend to spend a little more time in each posture to allow gravity to work on our muscles and allow us more time to ease into the shape. Let's bring your right hand under your right shoulder and press in, coming back through a spiral open to the left side. Place your left hand on the mat, release your right hand, and open to the ceiling. Your sides might feel very different. Perfectly normal. Take your hand and thread it through on the left side. Lower your shoulder down, lower your cheek down. Reach your hand long if you like. Bring your left hand back under your shoulder. Press into your hand and spiral open, releasing your right hand to the ceiling and then coming back down to the mat. Now retrieve your pillow and your towel. Send your knees wide to the edges of your mat. Bring your feet together behind you and send your hips back. So for child's pose, we're preparing for child's pose, but we're going to be supported in it. So the pillow and the towel come between your knees and lean forward, placing your abdomen and your chest and your cheek on your pillow and towel, and release any work out of your upper back onto the mat. And we'll linger here for a moment. Halfway through, we'll switch to our other cheek so that we offer lengthening to both sides of the neck. So whichever side you start on, in a minute, we will switch to the other side. If you notice yourself holding yourself up, actively release that tension so that the bolster you have, whether it's your sleeping bag or a stack of pillows or whatever is under your chest, let that support you. Now, if you have your left cheek on your bolster, switch over to your right or vice versa. Notice the way your breath naturally comes into and out of your body. Let's bring your hands under your shoulders and press up out of your child's pose. Shift your bolster toward the top of your mat and bring your left knee so that your hip and knee are parallel with the short edge of your pillow and your blanket. Your knees will be on the long edge of your mat and your feet kind of crossed over as you're sitting down on your left hip. From this position, you will rotate your torso toward your pillow and your towel and lower down, reclining again on your bolster, turning your cheek either in the same direction as your knees, or if you want a more significant twist, you can turn it toward the back. That doesn't feel really great to me tonight, so my demonstration will be with my cheek in the same direction as my knees. You can release your hands to be down by your side, or you can keep them up in front, whatever feels like the right orientation for this shape. And as you settle into this posture, you might notice the way your hip stretches a little bit. You might notice the way your upper body does. You might just notice the way your breath comes and goes. Maybe you can feel your heartbeat. Wherever your hands are, bring them under your shoulders and press up into a seat. Bring your feet through center and take your bolster to the other side and arrange your legs in the same way that you had on the other side. So your right thigh is now parallel to the short edge of your pillow. Your feet are crossed and you are on your right hip. Take your torso and turn toward your bolster and drape your belly, your chest, your cheek onto your support. Your hands can be up by your face or down by your side, whatever is going to allow you the greatest ease. And as with the other side, if you want more substantial twist, you can turn your left cheek to the bolster. Bring your hands under your shoulders. Press yourself up to seated. Now we are going to bring our pillow. We'll face the top of your mat lengthwise. We're going to have a supported forward fold. Let's change what our towel is doing. So if you've got it folded up, now's a good time to roll it into a tube like this and place it under your knees. Take your pillow. So we're sitting in staff pose with this rolled up towel under our knees. So we're tall through our torso and our legs are long, but we want to make sure we protect the knee, and so we put this rolled towel under the knee. We'll be leaning forward, and for some of you, placing your pillow on your lap and leaning forward is going to offer you support. I'm not able to demonstrate that for you. So I will fold my pillow up in half and scooch it really in close to my belly, allow my arms to drape over, and let the weight of my upper body fold into the pillow and be supported by the pillow, even as my knees are protected by the towel. So in this forward fold, we're getting lengthening on the back side of our body all the way up through our neck without the effort of being completely in isolation. So tuck your pillow wherever feels good to you and settle in for a nice, long, supported forward fold. Once you've got your fold supported, you can release any tension in your neck, maybe by shifting your head left and right. You might be inclined to grab a hold of your legs, but this really is to be releasing the tension and not creating more tension. You might find that as you remain in a posture, you can shift a little further into it. By all means, do so. But again, there's no prize, there's no contest for more or less stretchiness, so just do what your body offers you. Now draw your belly button in, like really engage your abdomen, and then rise up out of this fold and set your pillow aside. Remove the rolled up towel from under your knees and just give a little shake to your knees. The next thing we're going to do is support a back bend. So scoot up on your mat and bend your knees and place your rolled up towel under your back. Oh, excuse me, no, we'll do that in a minute. Lie down on your mat. Place your hands and feet in contact with the mat, and you're going to rise up into a bridge. And with your free hand, you'll slide your towel under your the base of your spine. So as you lift up into a bridge, bring your towel under and release the top of your pelvis onto the rolled up towel. So this is a supported bridge pose. Normally we would be actively lifting our hips up. So here we're just raising our hips a little bit off of the mat and releasing any tension in our hands and our feet. You might let your knees drop toward each other. And this is a gentle inversion. You can experiment with turning your palms face down or turning your palms face up and notice what that feels like in your shoulders and in your arms. Bring your feet close to your seat. Bring your hands close to your hips and lift off of your towel and remove it from behind your back, releasing your back to the mat. And grabbing your knees into your chest, hug them tight and rock side to side, and then rock up to seated. And still with our towel rolled up, we'll place the towel behind our back, but a little higher than it was for the bridge. And as you ease down over the towel, make sure it's on the center of your back. And if it's too short for your head, bring your pillow back and allow your head to be supported on the pillow. So once your spine is on your rolled up towel and your head is supported on your pillow, you can open your arms wide, bring your knees up, folded, or you can extend them long, whichever variety of location for your feet feels right to you. So with the threading the needle, we invite opening across the back of the shoulders. And in this posture, we invite opening in the front. If your legs are extended long, bring them up so that the soles of your feet are on the mat. And roll to one side or the other to release the towel from behind your back. Once you have done that, we are very close to our final relaxation posture. You might like to keep this rolled up towel under your knees as you lie back in Shavasana. Maybe have your head supported on the pillow. You may prefer to have your pillow under your legs as you lie back for our final relaxation. Your choice. However you want to be supported as you take these final moments, savor the relaxation that can result from restorative postures. So in this shape, supported under your legs, you can feel the back of your hands or the palms, whichever way your hands are oriented, supported on the floor or the mat. And as you travel up your arms, you can feel maybe the back side of your upper arm and your shoulder also in contact with the floor. So any work you might be doing in your hands and arms, you don't need to, because you are supported. And as you feel the backs of your shoulders on the floor and the back of your head, you can move your head left and right, up and down, and feel that, in fact, you are supported. So any tension that might be in your neck or your jaw, you can open and close your mouth and then just let that work be over. And as you draw your attention through your rib cage, you can feel the way your breath brings your ribs apart and back together again. Maybe the back, you feel your ribs in contact with the mat below you. You feel your low abdomen draw in. And fill. And your legs are completely supported by the pillow or the towel. So they might fall open a little more than normal because they're so well supported. You can really relax the work from your hip through your knee and your ankle, all the way down to your toes. If you can linger in this relaxation posture, by all means do. Otherwise, press onto your side and then up to a seat. And join me in the conclusion of our first restorative yoga session of this Operation Remote Resilience. So thank you so much for joining me. I am Jennifer Dietz, and I'm delighted to have practiced with you tonight. Feel free to follow the link below if you'd like to make a donation to Warriors at Ease, ensuring that we can make these accessible programs continuously available. Supporters like you make it possible for teachers like me to continue to serve those who serve. And if those of you who are practicing with me tonight are still in service, we appreciate you. So this is Jennifer Dietz signing off from Operation Remote Resilience in Health, Resilience, and Connection. I hope to see you again next week. Thank you all very much for joining. I welcome any feedback, and I'm privileged to serve as the Transform Program Director for Warriors at Ease. So you can always email me at transform@warriorsatease.org if you have any feedback about this or any other Operation Remote Resilience class or anything about Warriors at Ease in general. We're always seeking information, ways to keep doing great things and ways to do things better.